Hello, are we here? Is this working? I'm trying something very silly. I think we are. I think we're live, and I think we're working, and I think we're gonna blast on with this attempt. There's no such thing as perfection. Welcome to the show. I'm trade spotting. That show is Will It Fit? The name says it all. All the moves ahead of the news.
Huh?
No financial advice, of course.
Surely, you've noticed you find yourself outnumbered.
I don't think so.
Don't forget your stop loss. There is no help in rushing to be rich. And plenty of wealth in waiting to be right. There is a peculiar paradox produced by a capitalist society that prizes personal prosperity. A curious conundrum emerges, for just as in business, all systems inevitably reach a point of diminishing returns, a diseconomy of scale. Beyond a certain threshold, the relentless race for riches begins to yield less joy, less freedom, and far fewer ways to meaningfully spend your money. The gilded gates of opulence are not as wide as one might think. There are but a handful of luxury yacht makers, a sparse selection of hypercar brands, and certainly fewer choices in space tourism than your average package holiday peddler. It seems after a point, abundance narrows the horizon rather than expands it. And what of intelligence, that rarefied realm of relentless reasoning? Once again, too much can become too much. Beyond a certain brilliance, a disconnect can creep in, a chasm that grows as the average conversation no longer carries the weight of your thoughts. The brighter the mind, the lonelier the view from the summit. But there is a plot twist where the comedy begins to blend with community. What if, rather than bearing that burden of singularity, you found yourself among a crowd of kindred spirits, each blessed and cursed by their own peculiar abundance? With our community, you can trade the isolation of excessive wealth or wit for the joyful absurdity of shared eccentricity. So escape the latter, solve yourself from the former. Together we'll solve life's pressing questions. How best to fit a dinosaur into the trunk of Ferrari? Which island has the best weather for billionaires on sabbatical? Or where should you relocate your island next? Closer to Monaco, further from that riffraff? Let's raise a glass, hit that like button, not to more, but to better. Not to the abundance that burdens, but to the absurdity that binds us. Because here, we don't measure success by the size of your yacht or the brilliance of your mind, but by the laughter we share and the debate about where to point the real estate. SPX. This would be an 886 retracement. It could, of course, put in a double top, V-shaped recovery, fail at that level, come back down. If it breaks 50 simple, I'd be cautious. It's already tested 200 period moving average. You'd look for continuation here as traders. You've got bullish divergence with that low. Test of a 200 period moving average in 1 hour, 4 hour. Thank you very much, Salvador. Lots of different gaps on the chart. 200 period moving average down here at 786. I wouldn't necessarily expect that to be the low. There is a gap there that would be closing, but if price action doesn't put up a higher high before it gets to that area, could be in for a period of long form consolidation at a high. We'd have to then look to accumulation distribution on the 1 hour time frame. You've got upwards momentum at the top side, 50 simple above the 200 period. You've got that bullish divergence. It could be very, very positive. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a request show. It's very much community driven, so get your requests in. We've also got a goal. Imagine we achieved it. Paradox of plenty. Yay! Luxury on a budget. That's the celebration we're going to do. I will show you with great humor how you fit that dinosaur in that Ferrari. I will show you live. And we can playfully toast each other's success. The main index, LPSN 7%, closing at 136, but the high of the day was at 142. There's a flash, rocky outcrop flash, 147. This is an uptrend most recently in this leg, having touched the 200 period moving average. Achieved success above the 50 simple. Looking left, you can see that horizontal level of resistance. Previous gap, previous level of support, previous level of resistance. So you managed to get back above a 147. You could be seeing explosive moves. I wouldn't be completely surprised to see this thing test 122, fill in this golden pocket, give us a big touch of bullish divergence, because you've got it there on the lower time frames. Imagine you got a big, massive swipe at it down here. Price action. Imagine to hold that 50% retracement just a little bit lower, Could be a really great entry if you got that opportunity. But in the meantime, you've got upward velocity and it's hard to argue against it. So more on LivePerson and these paradoxes of plenty. LivePerson does really, really conform to the technical analysis, but this isn't a search for perfection. We say close enough is near enough. If you know that, you'll always have enough. And the truth is, good enough is great. And LivePerson has been doing absolutely great with a number of 100% moves to satisfy traders that have been paying attention to trade spotting. Though I do achieve to the cent moves every so often, very, very regularly compared to the average human being. Being a live person is a messy job, and perfection is a peculiar beast, equal parts inspiration and intimidation. So hopefully I don't put anybody off with my accuracy, though I do see that there are still silly folks who doubt it. 15 simple period moving average, you've got that touch of a warning sign on the top side with reversal divergence, but really that's just confirmation of a trend in motion, because you've also got bullish continuation divergence. That's in line with the trend. This is a breakout from prior move. You've got fair value gaps to test below, so 128 closing, come back down, get a bullish reversal off the back of a retracement here, sure. In the meantime, though, price is moving to the top side, and this, my friends, is price action hovering near that bullish control zone, like we were talking about, consolidating at resistance. Rocky Outcrop is a really good analogy for that. An analogy, not the perfect cup of coffee. That's a real life goal you can satisfy immediately via the Discord by checking out the coffee thread. You can use the search function, type in coffee. It's incredible the return you get, the value of that search box. Before you fill it in, it's just blank. Like this a story yet to be told, though it has been incredibly dramatic in its opening sequence. The potential looms. The threat of imperfection is always there. So you could stare with your cursor poised, caught between creating your own analysis, something flawed, or just leaving it all pristine, that pristine being, don't think, just buy and hold, particularly popular strategy in recent times. But this is your burden, along with those who commit to the creative process, that burden of creation, is it not? The paradox of potential, the imperfection. 157, that's a gap fill here on 15-minute time frame, though I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. I would be interested, I'd keep an eye on it, but like I say, crafting a masterpiece, right? That's what You've got a whole lot of time for that. A whole live person. Crosses, moving average crosses, right? So there's an awful lot of those, and on these 15-minute time frames, you can look at that as the smudge of your ink, the crossing out of a number of words, and you'd be looking for a confirmation on a higher time frame. If that rocky outcrop flash and price action put in bullish reversal at this most recent low, wouldn't be completely out of the question to look for this to test slightly higher. Still, 50 simples above the 200 period moving average. This was off the back of an impulse move. Do you yearn to craft a masterpiece with the LivePerson chart? It does look like a really good story, doesn't it? The saga. These are the sagas we revere. But they're all a little bit flawed. LivePerson, right, 20 years. 20 years, that reminds me, 20 years. Reminds me of a Greek tragedy. Not Achilles, though he was also flawed. A hero, yes, but a man of rage. A little bit like... there's a lot of historical fiction to lean on in these times. On a live show, I should have thought about this beforehand, right? Do I go with Hamlet? It's brilliant. Or Paralyzed by Indecision. And there's a number of folks in the community I could draw humorous analogies there. Odysseus, though, cunning as he was, he also took 20 years to complete what was just really just a 10-year journey, which is sort of what LivePerson did. Oh my god, I need to stop talking to myself. Hello, everybody out there. Right, so the LivePerson, his flaws don't diminish it, they define it. All right, this is a summary. In life, we hold ourselves to far crueler standards than we do in these books. LivePerson itself, an example of potential, doesn't have to be perfect. What's the chat box being saying? We have a goal today. We do very much vis-a-vis. Thank you for being such a fantastic part of the community. Chapters on all the videos to making it really easy for everybody to view exactly the part of a video they find most interesting, despite the fact that it compromises the main goal of the algorithm, which is to get the maximum watch time. I still believe that actually all of these little metrics are far and greater trumped by the relationship we have here. Very authentic, genuine connection. I appreciate it very much. Lisa, a great example of that. Everything she does for the community, absolute legend. Thank you, Lisa. Eeks, yo, Eeks, how's it going? What else did I mess up here? Ams gifted a membership. Park Snoops, lucky, congratulations. Congratulations, thanks, Ams. I don't know if your trace button is here. Right, cool, so we've covered it all. I must have astounded you. I blinded you with alliteration. Carlos! Carlos! There you are. Hey, Carlos. How are you doing? How is everybody? What are we missing here? 1:31 post-market. It's the regular hours. That's what we're missing. Sputter's alarm. My spooder senses were spingling. My spooder senses have been spingling. So will it fit or not? I mean, come on, guys. You need to let me know in the chat because I haven't seen one answer to the title of the video. Great to see new names. Hello, the new names. Hello, new names. Blessed be those new names. That's 50 simple. Boom. Hitting the previous level of diagonal support. That's 200 period moving average. That's clearly bullish divergence there. Like you see that. It's an uptrend. LivePersons. Congrats to those who listened to last night's video. Planned accordingly. Congratulations. Yeah, fantastic video, really. Fantastic video. There are those, I noticed on the subreddit there, who were like, oh, I discovered LivePerson cause of trace button, which I was very grateful for. I made lots of money because of him, thanks very much. But, you know, he's just this guy on the internet, right? And, like, you know, like, something, and it's like, how does society end up with such terrible doublespeak there? You know, like, you realize trace button's helping you. Later on, they went to say, yeah, but you was posting loads when prices were going up and less when it was going down. Is that not really helpful? I thought that would be really helpful, facilitate everyone's most positive potential outcome. But then, you know, I'm addicted to my P's. Profit, potential, perfection. I don't even know what I'm agreeing to here, but sure. Awesome, Karen. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. That's the way it should be. Devlin. Donation as promised. Was there? Oh, thank you very much. Following through, Mr. Devlin. Thanks for the extra tips in Discord today. You're welcome. Always. Lipson is orange. Boom. Good point. It is. We need the oranges then. We do. We need the oranges. 5 for a pound. Well, 20. And they're not pounds, they're dollars. Right? But that's all part of the show. Does it fit? You tell me, does it fit? Joe. So that you see the 200 period moving average, right? You see that, right? You see that. Yes, of course you do. You see that there's like lower lows on the RSI as there's like higher lows on price. Each one of those then showing you what comes next. The question is, why is there reversal divergence on the top side? Why? Because it's an uptrend. It's an uptrend, right? It's an uptrend. You know what it's like, right? It's a change from the previous downtrend, at which point you would naturally see a distinct difference in that rate of change, which would result in that artifact you're noticing on that indicator, which is why you should really take www.technicalanalysis.school, learn how to do things properly. You know, join your peers, your intelligent peers. Let's move that island. What view? What view? Which constellation shall we check out next? You got everybody's just so successful here. Since BMJ isn't here, I'll say let's go. Legend that he is. Let's go. Creating these cultural motifs, because he is like that, the iconic BMJ. What tool, gentlemen, absolute legend. Yeah. Hello Lips and Lambo. Thank you very much, Ryan. Appreciate that. You're very generous, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, Lisa, for standing in for the legend. Look at that. Talk about spinning plates. We're flying. Darkside Dutchy legend. How you doing, my friend? Celebrating the first super chat live on air. Live, the first one live from Darkside Dutch. Boom! Eh? You could be one in there celebrating too. So where did we go to? We saw that and we wanted to go up the time frames, didn't we? That was the idea. Yes. And you'd be looking at this as a downtrend, you'd be saying that's a higher high on RSI and a lower high on price, and that's continuation there, and back down again, trace point. And I say, well, no. I'd say, well, you know, I'm not going to disagree. There is this rock outcrop flash here at 130. Right. Post market price action testing at 131. I wish I had a warning. A warning? There's certainly an RSI, you know. Just put it all together. Will it fit? Yes. Yes, it'll fit. It'll actually fit perfectly. And in fact, the capacity is exactly what you were looking for, because it was that exit allowed you to establish a meaningful risk reward when you're looking for the entry in it. So it's like you go to pick up the dinosaur bones in the Ferrari. You should probably look in the boot before you arrive at the auction house, because you don't want to inconvenience yourself. It could end up being costly, especially with dinosaurs. So, what's the chat? Oh my goodness gracious me, JRaz, 49.99. What a total legend. He's leading. Chasing the goat. I have been being quickly approached by JRaz for goated status. Thank you very much, sir. That is incredibly generous. We should be celebrating JRaz for the next period of time. For the next few minutes, this is a JRaz show. What a total legend he is. Bacon pancakes. You're all getting primetime booing. Primetime slot on the JRaz show. Everybody is, in fact, now. So you should comment quickly. You'll be on the JRaz show, which is kind of like world first. You guys experience a best premieres ever. That should count for 2 oranges. Yeah, 2.25. Holy man molly. Bing bang bolly. Okay, hey, the price is wrong. GameStop, right? Look how somebody could chip that in to be like, hey, what about Twitch playing? What about it? You are the authority on price here, Spotter. Can you please give us an update, please, Spotter? Yeah, this is a period of consolidation. Like, there's lower lows there, but you've got bullish divergence. Top side, you've got reversal divergence again. It goes back into this sideways price action. It looks like that'll continue until such times as. Boom. Yeah, again, I would look for the rock outcrop toolkit. This shows a lot of potential for rolling over. The fact that you've got a little bit of a bounce here is because of this deep low in RSI. Price action obviously not as low. 50 simple come through in the 200 period moving average. You'd probably test that cross area, which it did. That also happened to be a rejection of center line. Altogether, that's like what you call like a, you know, for example, right? I'm not sure where the majority of the audience comes from. It's quite distinct. Like, pedestrian rules change drastically from one place to the next, despite the fact that you might find all other aspects of society very similar. So here in Britain, you've got things such as a zebra crossing, a pelican crossing, and then a normal pedestrian crossing that includes traffic lights and a button that you push. And this, right, this is you arriving at a busy street, not pushing the button, and potentially getting sploshed, absolutely sploshed all over the shop, or stopping, pushing the button, and checking out what happens with these moving averages. And you could also go boom on the regular hours. No huge changes there on a 4-hour time frame. Surprise, surprise. Here, that's an interrupted flash. That's good because it's interrupting this guy. 4-hour time frame and others. 4-hour time frame. 4-hour. We've been here recently. That 200 period moving average. That's also quite handy. What was the historical level of support? All coming together here. 4-hour hold topside the bearish control zone. That'll look like touch of Euro Class B. Reversal divergence. Could come up and test that 50 simple again. The problem is now it's trapped between 29 change and 26 bucks. Until such times as it does something significant on the daily time frame. That's what it is, folks. Significant daily time frame. You've got a positive slope, positive splay, and price action recently has been quite formidable. It's just this horrible, stonking, massive warning sign here with the failure swing, at which point price typically would come back and test long-term trend line there. You could probably go like this, it's diagonal and daily, so you'd want me, you could say that. If you did it in my presence, I would like, you know, be a little bit disappointed depending on your experience as a trader. Anyway, in around here on the weekly time frame, you can see that really you're looking at both candle closes, gaps on the chart that were filled only with wicks. 50 simple is below the 200 period moving average. 22 spot 22 is filling a fair value gap, right? That would also talk about a test of a 236 if that doesn't hold, but you've got a positive slope, you just don't have a positive splay, and so that's why it is, you know, until such times a decision is made. Test of the 200 period moving average wouldn't be out of the question until such times as, you know, you're looking for some proof which should be just demonstrated with a test of strength, and those come at either side of price action. But testing the 200 period moving average when a 50 simple above it, you would likely then want to go on and test a 50 simple subsequently, and that real easy route to figuring out what's the potential outcomes and how do I wrap a risk reward ratio around that. Obviously you can't detail the exact probabilities because you don't know the final outcome, so you know, you're not able to do that from this side of the quantum collapse, but you can wrap a risk reward ratio in it, and that's what it is to be a trader. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not surprised because it's barely actually English at this stage. Dark Side Dutch with a 1999, that's Great British pounds, the fantastic, fabulous, brilliant. You know, why don't the government hedge their borrowing commitments? It's so embarrassing when you turn around, wake up in the morning and your government's lost 50 billion overnight. You know, really embarrassing. But yeah, thanks very much. Dark Side Dutch with His Majesty's specials to everyone here. Oh, lovely message from Lisa. The spot I called it. I'm ready for what's next on LPSN. It's a true story. It's a true story, sir. Thank you very much. 7201. Dutch's sticker didn't count towards the goal. Oh my god. But it's a victory sticker. How ironic. Where's my tea banana? Imagine it. What's banana tea like? I think that should definitely be a bigger thing than it is. We're going to launch that here shortly. Banana tea. People will be telling me in a minute now, right? Even in my own chat box, that it already exists. I mean, even if that was true, how could you break my heart like that? Let's not do that. Maybe the red one didn't count. Red one? Red one was amazing. It counted. Oh my god, how could you even say such a thing? I can't click heart on the sticker, though I do love a sticker. I don't know, maybe because it was a sticker and not a super chat. Maybe. It seems a little bit cheeky of YouTube to do that, though I understand and I'm on their side. I back them up 100%. No orange colour, though. I'm sure it will equally appreciate by Jimmy that a red one I got. Yeah, definitely. I'm with the chat box. I'm with you guys. We're together on this one. You can also see this for a while up here. Close it at 30 bucks. The problem with this thing is, you know, where is the problem with this thing actually? Well, I mean, it's not a problem. On the 4-hour time frame, you might look at it and think, trace point, it is a gap, and you'd be right. Bottom side of that 31.77. Quite ironically, right, in these sort of situations, this is very positive, the bullish divergence here, right, and whatnot, right? So you could see price test higher. It's just this is a little bit warning sign because, like we said, failure swing, so test of the long-term trend. So what you might expect to happen next, dum dum dum, is continuation divergence, right? So you see your RSI up here, you see price action failing, and then you see a test of that 200 period moving average, which this stage has managed to catch up a little bit. So then you got your third touch of bullish divergence. Wow, boom, you got that in around price action. Pushes slightly lower, RSI not managed to do so. You got trend line forms here, price action then goes back up. Then you find fucking resistance at the 50 simple, and oh my goodness, what do you think happens next? Well, you've got a gap, and it's going to trick everybody because they're going to be targeting top side of it, and then boom, it's going to come back down. And there's what's going to happen on GameStop, and that's worth probably what I just said, probably worth multiple millions of dollars to just single traders alone who are watching this video. So here we go, down to the 1 minute time frame. Isn't that miraculous? On LivePerson, you got to test that trend line. That's much more interesting with the bullish divergence here. Looking at that, velocity on this thing, long-term trend. I think so very much. So, despite the fact that I'm able to tell you exactly what's going to happen over here, I still think you're going to make more money over here. And that's up to you what you do with your life, right? Especially if you're listening to TradeSpot video, then you obviously understand that. Isn't that right? 147, lovely job, Lisa. So what's next, chat box? Holy shit. Oh, touch the sticker. Oh, we got that. I'm flying. I'm ahead of all yous in the banana team. We've had 4 messages since then, so obviously you guys have got no fingers. I don't know, maybe because of the sticker. Well, bloody hell, we're so behind times. We're so behind the times here. I'm Mike D on Discord, by the way. Thank you very much, Mr. Devlin. Mike Devlin. Here, look at me puzzling it out. Eh? Wow. Shocking, sir. Shocking. So many things I could click on and do some magic to, but I don't want to dilute. Though it wouldn't be, would it? It would be the opposite. It would be like corrosion through alkaline. It'd be like alkaline. That's what it would be like. Oh my god, guys! He wasn't a monster. He was a chemist. I am Mike D on. I'm flying. This is one of these times, right, where I'm like, Sputter. Your legs move faster than your brain. The brain bone's connected to the leg bones. This is why it doesn't walk very well anymore. Golden pocket retracement of that thing, you know, wouldn't that be a fantastic trade? You know, it was so awful. Like, anyway, people be like, and you'd be like, yes, you say that again, say that. And you'd be like, yes, say that, and then they sell it all, and you'd be like, thanks, that's cheapest chips. That's the price. Right. £5 for a pound. What were we saying? There's oranges. Thanks very much for all the oranges. Vitamin C is fantastic. I still recommend vitamin D. Also, you want to be adding some calcium to that. But you know what it is like? Your calcium uptake's limited by... it's just part of a balanced diet. The whole thing's just like moderation, sure. But everything at moderation at the same time. That's the way to do it. You cram it in. And that's why the question is, does it fit? And like, should I put more in? Should I sprinkle some more magic? You know... You want to know what Roaring Kitty's U tweets mean and like the chart you should be looking at and a 700% move. Would you like? Would you? Of course you would. So I guess you just have to tune in for TradeSpot and revealing it all in the spontaneous reveal. People have debated for years whether that actually happens or not. We've got department FBI now. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out now that the new guy's in charge and whatnot and stuff. Anywho. Bitcoin's still above 101. So, if you all hit the like button, it's in fact, I should be getting notifications. Like, people should be coming around celebrating. Like, do you see how many like button hits you got there? Bang! It's incredible. I was there live. I saw it happen. It was insane. I was one of them. I was one of them. I was one of those like buttons. I think what we're going to do is we're going to thank each other for an extra special experience. Very, very great to see those new names in chat box. You're all very welcome. You'd be even more welcome if you join the Discord. Let's just get to know everybody. It's a fantastic community. And you'd be able to help us answer that question, right? Does that fit or not? Nobody here has actually managed to answer me. In the entire chat, every single message, no matter how many times I requested it, nobody was able to give me an answer, which was the whole point in the show. So, folks, hit the like button, right? That's the least you can do. We're also a little bit indebted. Price action 138 centimos post-market toss. It's the hypermarket os, where the prices, they just never stop rising, right? So it's like Russia or something. It's like Russia. They're paying so much for a live person over there. You can get one here for just cheapest. It's like a haggis supper. Anyway, I'm going to stop, right, because it will get worse. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next show, which will be on Thursday, because tomorrow is Wednesday, and you know what that means. If you don't know what that means, and you're new here, well, it's because Rocky Outcrop starts his show. Him, the king of king, he's going to give us 3-star buys on LivePerson. It's going to be beautiful. We're all going to laugh and cheer and celebrate. And one day in future, we'll look back on tomorrow's show as a really extra special moment, which was set up perfectly by this one. Everybody who joined in both. Wow, you very special people. very few people like us. Wouldn't it be great to be able to know how other people saw you? That's will feature one of the strong themes within the poetry of Ravi Burns. He was a great inspiration for today's show, probably somewhere in my head. I don't know. We are all of us, our experiences. What about this experience, by the way? Anyways, like I say, it'll get worse. Hit the like button. Thank you very much for everybody supporting today's show. What an excellent day it was, too. 29 minutes, 49 seconds. I suppose that begs of me a further 10. Hey, I could have said something like that myself one day. Give me 5, everybody. All the best. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Well, in the chat box, like I say, you know, on that. But that was a totally new experience for me. Very enjoyable. Great points, well made. There's 200 period moving average, post-market, 1 minute time frame, boing. Don't have reversal divergence on that 1 minute time frame. But you are testing a 200 period moving average. It's also Confluent the golden pocket, frequently where you'd see price turn around. Tested at 5 minute. There you've got your test of the center line RSI, tested that trend line. Price action continuing. Will be one of these days. It does open with a gap and rocket up to a price you'd never see close again. Might not even look like a gap on a 4-hour time frame, which we have seen various examples of recently. So, did you enjoy that show? What did you think? I thought it was great fun. Late to the party. Oh my goodness gracious me. It's the genius and brilliance of LivePerson. You know, a lot of people late to the party, very few of them underwater, especially if they're a fan of Trace Button. They follow the methods and techniques outlined in this guide to success. Thank you very much for everybody supporting the show. It was great watching those excellent contributions from such a fantastic community. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And all the nice comments I got from yesterday's video when we were celebrating 5 years of YouTube. 5 years since the first video, and what a first video it was. Should celebrate with World War Bitcoin Episode 2, The New World Order. We should put that up. We should do that this week. That should be this week's second goal. Yes, Ricardo, thank you very much. How are you doing? Welcome, Derek. Good smart thinking, Kenny. Fast sounds like a party. A spaghetti party. So 136 post market, not bad. Price action, not bad. Great show. Thank you very much for the support, everybody who joined in. Glad we managed to fandoogle the live. It looked like we'd lost it for a moment there, but we managed to recover. Why is it this doesn't fit? Oh, that's right. We repositioned the real estate for a different constellation. I hope today's show provided some respite for those lonely at the top of the tree. Does NVIDIA go higher or pull back, Tom? Tom? Does it go higher or pull back? Well, your entry was in at around 118 because you had the Rocky Outcrop flash. Rocky Outcrop flash. You got the Rocky Outcrop flash up at 145. That is, pardon me, that is interrupted. So you use it as your exit signal, but you needed to be aware of it at that stage. There you got a strong confirmation of potential entry. After that, bearish divergence, breaking that downward slope and move. So this was like the entry, right? Super obvious that you were looking for an entry, especially after this period of consolidation, heartbeat pattern, as Rocky talks about, coming post trend change. So you were looking at that. That was the entry, and the question was, where is the target? On an 886 recovery, V-shaped recovery, and the potential for this thing putting in double top. Double top of your reversal formation you haven't seen yet. A reversal formation on this, and when you're looking at this in reasonable time frames, you're looking at this as an obvious uptrend, period consolidation, breakdown, sure, but does this V-shaped recovery recover or not to the top side? And because this target is so insecure, all these targets, right? Fibonacci based, 200 period moving average, already broken by a 50 simple, Rocky Outcrop flash that could have provided support, now potentially resistance, and then you've got your 236 on the breakdown. Does that need another test? And because of that, you've got real insecurity with regards to these targets, all of them, which means that the entry is critical. Managing risk is extremely important. You're going to have to do it tightly because you don't want to be eating up so much percentage of your potential outcome on that entry. So patience proves the best precedent to profit in this example, and you'd be looking for price action to come back down, meet you halfway at very least. Does it break 148 is the real question from here, which would mean that is an absolutely fantastic 118 buy. It was the rocket outcrop flash. Where was that rocket outcrop flash that we saw that fantabdazy dozy entry? Yesterday show that I was notified by my eyes to its existence. That was a beautiful experience overall. Even this looks good. 4 hour 50 simple above the 200 period moving average. Getting a lot of volatility at these highs. But that's more a reflection of Americans' insecurity generally. There was definitely this 118 flash. Anyway, I could be on a hunt for it, right? We could be using whips to climb up walls. And our guile to solve those fantastic puzzles. But you guys are a little bit behind on the old meme discovery journeys. So I'll let you, where in the world is Carmen San Diego, that all on your own. Their 200 period moving average back down at 118 in that, around that area. Doesn't mean it comes there again. Well, I mean, if it's breaking down at this stage and it fails to break back above 50 simple, that's 138 and change, and you would be a little bit worried. So all of these narratives and the potential logic work backwards from those, and you can see those areas also with the Fibonacci's, with the resistance. They're also confluent with those obvious manifestations of price behavior. 138 looks like a really strong level of resistance at the minute. The golden pocket reversal of price action is breaking down. It also start putting in downward sloping resistance across the top of the price action here and that sort of thing. It's a lot of caution advised, and really, if you're asking me about those little moves, the percentage that's on offer for the risk you'd have to be taking, it begs the question of patience for you, right? Like I say, best precedent to profit. Little profits never respected at home, apparently, right? Talk about dichotomies, paradoxes, and difficult views. I have shares and calls. Congratulations. Thank you. You're welcome. Like, heart. There's me doing my admin. See, you can't escape it, no matter how successful you might be. Was I right? I'm not sure. Jamie, yes. What were you asking for, Ricardo? Were you right? Probably. Probably. What was the question? I'll scroll up and find it. Here I am on another hunt. You cannot put a dinosaur there. Ha, you're asking me if you're correct with regards to the, does the dinosaur fit? Well, actually, if you've been paying close attention, we did already answer the question. It does indeed fit. It's knowing the capacity of your boot is critical to answering the question. You should do that in the first instance, and you'll be able to work backwards to the proper entry. You know, fitting it in the right way so that you don't lose anything. Number the bones. It's always a good tip. I made it easy for you at least. Thank you very much. I mean, people making things easy for me, I always appreciate that, right? It's something to be celebrated, certainly. What we're looking at NVDA, why? We've done like, I'm not going to toast to my own like previous. It's just living on smoke when I'm out here making the monies. So, you know, I could talk about that again. I could talk about that all day. It's Wednesday soon. We've had a great show today. There's no effort spared for your success. Look at that. Dr. Dave gifting 5 memberships. You lucky people. Thank you very much, Dr. Dave. What do we get to on the goal? 10 out of 50. Well, something to be celebrated there. You know, achieving significant percentage returns on these efforts we're making. If it isn't that we do cross the finish line tomorrow, that's okay. Isn't it? Part of the journey, right? Which is where you find the happiness. It's not at the finish line, is it? That would be silly. So they're doing great here, enjoying that paradox at the same time as all the others. I'm going to have to celebrate you guys a little bit more. Thank you very much for all the support on this day, this brilliant day. Bloody well better be live now. Tell me we're live now. It's actually working this time, is it? I'm interacting. I'm definitely interacting. Don't think I'm recording anymore. Thank you, Jamie. I mean, that was a direct response. We're 100% definitely live now. I am starting to doubt my own reality. But then, you know, what's new? Pussycat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Trade spotting. Checking in on a Tuesday with a fantastic video. Thank you very much, everybody. Hit that live button. Hit that live button. The live person button. Hit that live person button. Keep on hitting it. Boom, boom, boom. All the way up to 69.